Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!
Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to GNR Central. And I just want to follow up on the news story that came out earlier this week that Axl Rose appeared on an episode of the Looney Tunes. A lot of people were wondering, is that even Axl Rose's real voice, and is that him singing on the song, or did they get somebody to pretend to sing like Axl? So a rep from Warner Brothers basically confirmed that it was Axl Rose on the Looney Tunes, and he is in fact singing and talking on the recent episode. So for those who missed it, in the episode, an animated version of the show, Axl Rose stumbles across Bugs Bunny and company, and they all unite to play a song called Rock the Rock in order to stop an asteroid from destroying the Earth. So Rock the Rock marks the first new Axl tune to follow 2008's Chinese Democracy. Also in the clip, Axl pokes some fun at his past costume choices and his wardrobe, and suggests at one point that he should go back to wearing a mesh jersey and a kilt on stage. And Rose is certainly a fan of Looney Tunes. If you guys have been to any of the Not in This Lifetime tour shows, they've been using the Looney Tunes intro a lot to a lot of their shows that they've been playing. I went to 2 concerts during the Not in This Lifetime tour, and sure enough, they were playing the Looney Tunes intro to each of those shows. Now, I've been hearing rumors that there's going to be some sort of Blu-ray release from Guns N' Roses, and it may have been a condition of the contract to use the Looney Tunes intro that Axl may have had to appear on the show or something along those lines, but those are just rumors at this point. So if you guys have been holding out on buying the Appetite for Destruction reissue, now may be a good time to look at getting it. So there's a pretty big sale going on for the next week until I think it's January 2nd or January 1st. So starting earlier this week, they have about a 50% off sale almost, or it's almost like a 40% off sale depending on what you go with, on the Locked and Loaded box set as well as the Super Deluxe edition. So if you guys remember, the Locked and Loaded box set was about $1,000 US when it first came out. They only had, I think, 10,000 copies of it, and I guess they haven't sold all of them yet. So the price dropped to $749, and it's right now discounted for $499. And these are all in US prices. Excuse me. So, and then if you guys want the Super Deluxe, which is like the tier below it, that typically retails for $179. It's right now on sale for $89.98. So if you guys have ever thought about getting it, it might be a good time now to go after it. So if you guys go to gnrmerch.com, go to the Appetite for Destruction header, you can go check it out. None of the other Appetite SKUs are available for sale, and the merch is still the same price it was before, $35 and $45 respectively. Just this past week, I think in the last day or so, there's a new article that was published with Slash. It's actually from December 27th. So during the band's stopover in Singapore, or back in November, he stopped and did an interview. There wasn't really anything too revealing. It was a lot about why he's coming back to Singapore, how it feels to play with the Conspirators again, as well as Guns N' Roses. But he did talk a bit about the status quo and why Guns N' Roses really stood out from the rest of the band. So he was asked whether with Guns N' Roses or in your solo guys, you were regarded as one of the greatest musicians of all time. What do you make of your own legacy? He said, I'm particularly proud of Guns N' Roses. Out of everything about the band, the music, the tours, basically what the whole band was about is something I'm very proud of. Guns N' Roses was a band that made it on our own merits and didn't cater to the status quo or try to be industry darlings or any of that kind of pandering that a lot of bands do because they want to become successful. So I'm very proud of that, and I'm proud of Velvet Revolver. I'm proud of the solo stuff that I've been doing with Miles. All that stuff is something that I feel was an achievement and worth doing. He also had some advice for the next generation of musicians who want to, play guitar and basically be in a rock and roll band. And he said, this is actually really important. It's not about commercial success. And with that, how much money you make or how many cars you buy and all that kind of stuff. The most important thing is about playing an instrument. And in that case, we're talking about guitar. It's basically the passion for an instrument and the way it sounds. The ability to be able to play it and grow on it, to write on it and do whatever it is you want to do with it, that speaks to you as a person. And if you're creating, you go out there and make it happen. And if you're successful doing that, that's icing on the cake. But the most important part is staying true to what you love. So in the world of commercial variables, it shouldn't affect your desire to be able to go out and do what you love to do. So if you guys are going to be wanting to see Slash in Singapore, he's going to be playing Singapore on January 8th, 2019 at the Coliseum Hard Rock Hotel. Tickets range from $148 in their local currency, and I'll put the link below if you guys want to go get some exclusives or get the tickets. There's also a VIP package, so there will be limited up close VIP packages priced at $228, available exclusively at slash.bandwagon.asia. So the VIP ticket holders will be entitled to a VIP entry lane, VIP area, which is by the side and the front of the stage, a slash lanyard, a VIP tag, a concert poster, and a Slash guitar pick set. So I guess you won't actually get to meet Slash. I remember a couple of years ago I went and saw Slash with Miles when they were doing the Apocalyptic Love Tour, and I think the VIP package was like $2,000, but then you got to meet Slash, get a photo, and you even got a guitar from him, I think, and probably an autograph. Turning now to some Duff McKagan news. So Susan, Duff's wife, posted this photo on social media. So during Christmas dinner, Duff had a special guest. I don't know if you guys can notice it, but even without reading the caption, I was able to see on the left-hand side that Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains stopped by for Christmas dinner. I got to say, I'm a huge Alice in Chains fan, and it would be an awesome thing if Jerry and Duff would ever collaborate. I mean, who knows, maybe Jerry plays on Duff's upcoming solo record, but I thought that was a pretty cool photo. So we also had some other photos of the other members of Guns N' Roses. So Slash once again headed to Disneyland. If you guys know anything about Slash, I guess they go to Disneyland pretty often, him and Megan. So these photos are from Megan from Disneyland. And then we also had some Christmas Day photos that Megan shared of herself and Slash celebrating the holidays. And then Guns N' Roses also released their own little Merry Christmas postcard or photo, if you want to call it that, showing Santa wearing, with a skull, and then also looking at the GNR Lies poster. And then they've got some other Guns N' Roses references in the photo as well that you guys could see here. So Bravewords.com was looking at the best albums of 2018, and basically they picked Living the Dream as the number 9. So here's what they had to say about the album. They said that the dream is alive and well, with Slash once again delivering the goods with Myles Kennedy and the Conspirators and the album Living the Dream. It marks Slash's 4th solo album and his 3rd with the band, featuring Myles Kennedy, Brent Fitz, Todd Kearns, and Frank Sidoris, backed by Kennedy's remarkable riffs and Slash's trademark tone and style. Living the Dream features some outstanding rockers and also some surprises, making for an adventurous and memorable album. Living the Dream rightfully make its way to number 9 on the countdown. BW scribe Aaron Small praised the album on his review, saying the man beneath the top hat broadens the musical palette on The One You Loved Is Gone, a beautiful reflective number, and The Great Pretender, a somber tune Slash refers to as unorthodox, almost jazzy. Lost Inside the Girl is a subtle urge overkill / pulp fiction vibe to its bluesy demeanor, and Slow Grind showcases a little funk. Mind Your Manners is a badass boogie, and Sugarcane is all about the groove, perfectly combining cohesiveness with diversity. Living the Dream is wonderfully adventurous. So at the time of recording this, they haven't shown what the top 8 albums are, but some of the other notable groups include Black Label Society, Bullet, Alice in Chains, Rainier Fog was number 21 on the list. If you guys want to see the rest, hit the link down below. So, turning now to some other news, this December marked the 25th anniversary of the Estranged video coming out. It was kind of funny. Estranged, the video came out a month after the spaghetti incident came out, so it was kind of like fans were a bit confused, like, hey, didn't the records come out like 2 years ago and you guys are still making videos for it? But it was a double album, so they had a lot more songs to choose from. And of course, it was the most expensive Guns N' Roses video ever made, and one of the most expensive music videos of all time. It cost a whopping $4 million to make. So noisy.vice.com did an article about the video and its excess, and as they called it, a batshit crazy video. To me, to be honest, Estranged, I love the song. It's just not one of my favorite music videos. I think November Rain was the peak of their creativity when it came to music videos. I thought Estranged was just like way too weird for me, and I don't think I'll ever like the video, but let's go on to our next news story. So there was a new interview that Billboard magazine did. In fact, it was more of a overarching article about Chinese democracy. So our buddy Art Tavanna did it, and he did a fantastic job. It's a great article. There's a lot of little tidbits that people may not have known about the record in there, but one part involved an interview with former Guns N' Roses bassist and Replacements bassist Tommy Stinson. So he revealed why Axl Rose kept the band's name in that interview he gave. So he said the following: when I talked to Axl, his idea was very much punk rock. He owned the name and was like, the other guys all quit and I got the name and I'm going on. I'm going on as Guns N' Roses. Call me kooky, but at the moment I was like, well, man, I'm with you. So back in October of 2018, another former Guns N' Roses member, Chris Verena, who was the drummer for a short period of time, talked about the same topic and said the following. He said, after he left, referring to Duff McKagan, I even had a talk with Axl one time, like, you know, you're changing the sound of the band, and it's really just you, and we're all new dudes, and we're all coming from cool places. But have you ever thought of just saying, screw Guns N' Roses, the name is dead, the band is over, we are now called blank? And he goes, yeah, you're not the first person who's told me I should probably do that, but Guns N' Roses is an international brand name, and to start all over when I can just use the brand name that everybody knows, I can't sacrifice the branding if it's already been established. And I also got his argument for not changing the name, but I also firmly believed in what I was saying. If Axl Rose came out and said, look man, everybody's quit the band, if I call it Guns N' Roses, you guys are going to laugh at me, which a lot of people did because it's not what we know as Guns N' Roses. So that does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe for all things related to Guns N' Roses. Also, go check us out on gnrcentral.com for the latest, greatest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.